Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to another Transformers review. Except for this time it's a Transformers review with a difference because this is a model kit. Now I don't know how many of you will have already seen these, but for those who are new to these are plastic model kits made by a company called Trumpeter. Now I'm a model maker. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I have never heard of these people. I first came across them last year. I don't know what other kits that they make, or if this is like a branch off of Hasbro. I don't know. So they've started doing this range of model kits. As far as I know, they're only doing the Bumblebee movie ones at the minute. And I have both Bumblebee and Starscream, not Starscream, Blitzwing to review. So before we go any further, I will just say that this review is sponsored by Robot Recruits, but that in no way influences my opinion of the model kit. If I like it, I'm going to tell you. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. You know by now, I don't sugarcoat things. But yeah, from what I've seen, these look pretty good. But let's see what I think of it. So we'll start with the packaging, and yeah, I like the packaging. I think the packaging is pretty cool. I mean, it's packaging for a model kit, and you know, this is pretty good actually. To be honest, though, these newer kits, they look pretty smart. So yeah, you've got Bumblebee there on the front with a nice Autobot logo behind him, looking pretty snazzy. It is an official Hasbro product, or it is licensed from Hasbro. It says it has 63 pieces, and this is a easy to assemble kit, so you don't need any clippers or glue, and it is pre-painted, but you can paint it if you want to. You don't have to, you know, leave it the colour it is. But for the purposes of this review, I will be putting it together as stated in the instructions. I won't be doing anything fancy. So what we got on this side? Oh, okay, interesting. Autobot series. So it looks like they're gonna go for a few. Maybe they're gonna go for all of them. That'd be pretty cool. And there's a few warning signs and whatnot, as always on that side. And you've got a bit more Bumblebee on the bottom. There's their website there if you'd like to know any more. And here's the product shots. And yeah, it's supposed to be highly posable, very well detailed, and it does come with a stand. That's what it looks like when it's done. That's some action shots. Pretty cool. And there's Bumblebee there again, and there's nothing on the back because that's the bottom of the box. So, right, now that we've had a look at that, let's have a look inside. I haven't opened the box yet. I've no idea what it's going to be like in here. I mean, I've done loads of model kits before, but this is slightly different for me. So, let's open up, see what we have. And alright, okay. So you do need clippers then. It lied. It lied on the box. You do need clippers to take it off the sprues. Alright. Well, that's not an issue. I have clippers. So much in here. So much in here. So, right. Alright, well, I think what we should do is I'll get it all out and lay it out properly in a way that I can actually, you know, reach it and do it. And we'll go from there. So, I'll be right back. Alright then, so here's all the parts out of the baggies and the main box, and I think you can get a general idea there of what everything looks like. I've not made a model on camera before, so this might go horribly wrong. So do please bear with me. I'm going to go over what you get, and then I will build it, and then we'll do final thoughts at the end. What I'll do is I will leave timestamps down the bottom, so if you don't want to watch this old model maker put together a snap kit probably the wrong way, then you can skip right past that. But let's have a look, see what we get. So it's a model kit, so you get bits. as you could tell from the beginning part, I was a little bit surprised that all the parts actually came on sprues. I was kind of expecting them the way the new Zoids Wild kits are, you know, where all the bits are already off a sprue just in a baggie. So I was quite surprised by the sprues. I've had a quick look at the instructions, and the instructions do say that you can just pop these parts off, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. But speaking of the instructions, here they are. You get a nice little booklet, and it's got that same artwork on the front there, and it's quite nice. Now if you open it this way, you get all the warnings and all the bits and stuff that I haven't read in years. It tells you specifically not to use the Decepticon logo. Actually, you don't use half the stuff on this bee sprue either. That's interesting. So I wonder what we're going to do with those parts. I'm sure I'll find something to do with them. You get some separate pieces which are down here. So you get his normal face. Oh, that's a bit out of focus, sorry. There you go, it's his normal face. Yes, so we have that, so that's checked. And we get the battle mask. Yep, we got that. We'll have a closer look at this later. And then we've got his gun arm. So yeah, it's quite nice. And then also in the bag that those came in, you get this piece. I don't know. I'm not sure where that one goes. It says C14, so I don't know. It kind of looks like a hip waist part, but I'm not sure yet. So we'll come to that. See, I've done all the preparation by doing absolutely none. Then on this sheet here, well, you've got those same pictures from the box. That looks very nice. This is a fully painted one, so obviously this is going to look a little different. And if you do want to paint it up, then these are the Mr. Colour codes. Now, I've been a model maker since I was about 10 years old. I worked in a model shop. I've never heard of Mr. Colour. I'm going to assume it's some Chinese brand of colour because it's none I've come across. If you are making this and you want to paint it and you are in the UK, then I can highly recommend two brands. Well, three, but I'm not sure if one of them still is available at sort of general retail. One, the very best you can get are Tamiya paints. They're the best, without a question of a doubt. They are the best paints you can get for model kits. However, they are quite expensive. So if you can't get those, or you feel that will be too much paint for you because you may not do something in the future, then I would also recommend paints from Games Workshop. They are fantastic paints also, but again, they do come in quite small. The other brand that used to be available, that used to be quite good, but I don't know about now, is Testors, and I'm not even sure that they still make it. I can't remember who makes it. I know Tamiya is obviously from Tamiya, and Games Workshop is a British brand as well. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a massive brain fart then. What I meant to say was Tamiya is obviously Japanese, Games Workshop is British, and I can't remember, I think Testors used to be German, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, if you can't get the first two, then Testors if you can find it. But I mean, this is a kit for beginners, so don't feel pressured into having to paint it, because you don't have to. They've done most of the work for you. In all honesty, it looks pretty good. I will be building it without painting it here, just so you know exactly what you're getting. So yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it in any way. What you get is what you get. And then you get an Autobot logo on the back, and then you get the instructions proper here. So yeah, you see it says here no nipper required, so we'll see how that goes. So those are the instructions, and they look fairly easy to follow. I don't think they're too problematic. They look okay to me, although I have never built one of these. So this will be new for me. Oh, aren't you lucky? You get to see me struggle my way through it. Yeah, it should be alright. Should be alright, shouldn't it? Yeah, we can get through this. Right, okay then. So that's the instructions. You saw those bits. You do also get some very nice, I think, little stickers for the headlamps. And I think those look quite good. And they are raised. So, yeah, those are nice. There is a part in the instructions when it says to put them on, but I'm going to put them on nearer the end, just because I think it would be easier. And I'm used to putting decals on at the end of a project. So what do we get sprue wise? Well, then we get sprue A. This is all the things you get on sprue A, and you can see, well, it's actually technically 3 sprues. And you can see it says A up here. So those are all the things you get on there. He's got his knife there as well, so that's cool. So that's that, and then you get a second. I'm knocking it all over the shop now, I know that would happen. You get a second sprue, and this is sprue B, and this is the one that apparently you don't use half of, so yeah. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Lots of ball jointed bits, so yeah, very nice. And then you should get 2 separate sprues C. If I can find the right way up, yeah, that's C there, and that's C there. So you get those, and those have basically got hands and feet. So there's that. And then I think this was the one where they crossed out the Decepticon logo. So it looks like some of these are going to share parts. So, and that is sprue Z. And then separately you get the little stand, and that's not bad. I'm not sure I like that it's got Trumpeter written on it like that. It's just funny to me. But it looks like they interlock, so it looks like if you get several of these kits you can interlock the stand, so that's pretty cool. I think, me personally, I would probably just file this down and then just put like Bumblebee. I'd print out a Bumblebee sticker or something to put on there, but you know, that's just me. But it looks pretty cool, and you've got a fair few holes there that you can use. So if you have like a whole bunch of these that you're gonna clip together, all different model kits, then you can use any one of these holes. So yeah, it's quite nice. And I will say, just as my sort of first thoughts to the kit, the quality is very nice. This one's a little bit rubbery. Ah, this one's got rubber parts on it. Ah, ha, ha. Ah, we learn as we go. We learn as we go. Yeah, this one's rubbery, so this one's got rubber parts on it. I thought that felt a bit different. Right, so this is rubber also. That is a plastic. There we go. Yeah, the plastic quality is pretty good. Don't know how well you can see that. It's quite thick for the logos there. It's a quality I would expect of. I would say it's better quality than Airfix. I would go sort of a Revell kit maybe. It's not as good as an Aoshima or a Tamiya kit, but then you can't beat the Japanese kits. They've always been superior. But yeah, I think it's got a sort of yeah, I'd go a sort of a Revell kind of quality. So it's decent quality. Yeah, nice, feels good. Right, so now that we've got all of that preamble out of the way, I am going to absolutely cover myself in all of these pieces. I'm going to try and work out how to do this on camera. So right, let me put a timestamp here for people who want to skip this bit. And for those of you who are staying with me, let's get on with it. Alright then, so let's see, where are we starting off? Helps if you open the right side, doesn't it? Right, so we are wanting parts from C and B. So there's B, so we want... Actually, I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to talk through this, because what I might do is I might just sort of speed it up so it doesn't sort of take so long. I will check and see if we should speed this part up or not, but I'm going to try and keep stum, because I tend to waffle as well. So let me just do it. I just do it, and then you can follow along if and when you need to. So, okay. Alright then, so here's our little Bumble Buddy all finished, and if you sat through all that, thank you, patience of a saint. If you didn't sit through that, it was probably best. I know, for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you may have seen that I naffed it up in a couple of stages. That's because I'm an idiot, and I didn't read the instructions properly. But you will do better than me, I'm sure. Also, it is kind of awkward. I've never actually filmed building a model kit in front of a camera before, so that was a first for me, and yeah, I found it a bit awkward. But we got there in the end, and yeah, I think the result is pretty cool. Now, I will say he's not the biggest thing ever, but he's pretty cool. I like him. Now, obviously, he doesn't transform, so if you're one of those collectors who doesn't buy anything that doesn't transform, then yeah, this one's not going to be for you. But for everybody else, I think he's definitely worth a pickup. Generally, I have no problem with it as it stands, but for me, it's just too bland. I mean, it looks fine, don't get me wrong, but for a model kit, for me, I personally would have painted it, and it took me all my effort not to get my snips out and just trim the bits off the sprue. I found it really, I don't like it. It's like little bits of sprue marks and stuff. But as I said at the top of this video, I've been building models since I was about 10 years old, and I'm a little bit older than 10 now. So that's a habit. It's difficult to break. But I just wanted to do it as you would do it out of the box, because actually I didn't notice the age range of this. Just one second. Yeah, it says 8+ on the box, which I think is probably about right. My first kit was a Airfix West Ham tram, and I still have it, and I made a monumental hash of it the first time around. So much so that I ripped it apart a few years ago to strip back and redo, and I just haven't got around to doing it. But yeah, I would say for a snap together kit, yeah, about 8 I think is probably about right. It's well painted where it is painted. It's really nicely done. I mean, you can see along the gun here and up the arm, the silver is, you know, it's bang on. There's no problem at all with where the paint is, and if you get right up on his little mush, you can see that's really well done. And it would take, I mean, it would take me a while to paint it that well. So yeah, if it's a beginner's type model that you're after, then yeah, I think this is brilliant for that. And it has the added advantage of actually having articulation, which, I mean, models back in my day, they're static. These are fairly new to me. I do have a couple of the Zoids ones that I haven't actually put together yet. They're high-end model kits. But this is pretty good. So let's have a look at said articulation. So you can move his head. And I did have to put that on off camera because that is solid. That really didn't want to go on. It's on that ball joint. He doesn't really look up, which is a little bit of a shame, but he does look down, and you can get all the sort of side to side and what have you. That's yeah, that's going to keep happening. I'm just going to take those off for a minute. That's a nitpick, that. I'll come to that in a minute. So that's his head, and then you can rotate his arms, and yes, I did muck that up, and if you didn't watch it, there is a specific way that this joint goes, and I had it the wrong way around, so do make a note of that. Also, there's a specific way that the shoulder pieces go in. There's the first bit that you put together, and I had this one the wrong way around. That side I had it on right, but this way is I had the wrong way around, and I believe I have it right now. And you see this little tiny bit here, I initially mistook that for a sprue moulding, but it isn't. I thought it was supposed to plug in somewhere at the back, but it doesn't. But yeah, I think that's the way it's supposed to go around. So yeah, you've got that double ball, so you can get a little bit of up and down out of that as well, and it means his arm can go up to there. And where did I get to? Oh yes, you've got this motion here as well, so you can get a little bit sort of a butterfly joint going, which means he can bring his arm across his chest very nicely, so that's pretty cool. That joint up there will pivot, ow, not get your finger caught, so you get a little bit of upper bicep rotation there. He's got a single joint at the elbow, and his hands are interchangeable and they're just on a peg, so you get rotation. And then you get rotation at the waist. You don't get anything else there, and again that's just on that one single peg. That I feel could have done with having something on the bottom here, have it like a little mushroom peg so that you clamp it in between these two parts. That would have been preferable, I think, because I think that comes apart too easily, but it's not a big deal, it's a minor bugbear. And then on his legs you can go, well, I mean, he can kick all the way up and he can do all the way back also, and because it's a ball joint you get a fair way out there. And again, he does have a joint at the upper thigh, and it's not a double joint, but it's pretty deep for the knee, which is nice. And then, as you saw, the foot is on a ball joint, so you can get some up and down, and you can get some tilt and some rotation out of it. So yeah, he's quite well articulated for a little model. So yeah, that middle section here where I say a little mushroom peg would have been good just to hold that on is one bugbear. The other one for me is just these. They just don't want to stay on. They just keep popping off. If you've got him standing on a shelf, it's probably not going to matter too much, but when you pick him up and you're playing about with him, you know, you want him in one of those battle poses or something, yeah, I found that they just sort of pop off quite easily. I don't know if the other ones do. Let me just clip one of the other ones off and see if that's any different. Just a sec. Alright, let's have a look. Which side does that go? At this side? Yeah. Yeah, actually that does feel a little tighter, that joint, that one. That's interesting. So yeah, you can have those if you want. If you wanted those other doors, I prefer in movie accurate with the flat back though, without the door wings. But I mean, it looks good either way. So I only just popped that one off the sprue, so but you get an idea. And again, you know, the paint on the doors, can't grumble with that. That's pretty decent. You can see just on this one, this is obviously meant to be the folded up one, so we've got the door card there, just done in some brown paint, and then you can see silver paint there for the windows, and it does look really nice. It is really well done. So yeah, so the other thing to talk about then is the stand, and you saw me just sort of briefly put this together, just sort of chucked it together basically at the end, but we got there. And I didn't push everything in because I know I'm going to want to move it, and they are very tight, the joints on that. So I like the Autobot logo on the front there, and you can put that in any one of those clips, so you've got 3 different places you can put it, wherever you fancy. So yeah, that looks nice. Again, I would have liked some paint on it, but not an issue for me. I will be painting it, but yeah, it would have been nice for people who would rather not paint, just to put a little bit on there, but I suppose that's one of the things that you have to give up when you get one of these snap together kits. Yeah, it's articulated. Well, I mean, you can turn it at the base, and then you've got that joint there, and then you can rotate it here, and then another joint there. And yeah, like I say, didn't put it together properly. Rotation, and then another joint there, and you can put those in whatever order you want them. And then if you want to put B on the stand, then there's just a hole in his bum. The stand will just pop in there. That's quite tight. And then you can have him flying, or you can do some of those like Super Sentai flying kicks that I'm never very good at doing. I mean, not in real life, although I would be terrible in real life as well, but yeah, you get the idea. And then of course you do get some extra bits, so we've already pretty much covered doors, and then you get the battle mask, which again is very nicely done. I love the blue is gorgeous, it's really deep. So you can put that one on if you want. Oh, some nice silver on the back also, that was really cool. And then you get a pair of closed fists, and these are the more rubbery ones. So yeah, they look good, very nice. And then you get the other open one, the other open hand, which is identical to the one that's on there. But again, these are cast in silver and they have yellow paint on them, and again, you know, they're really well painted. I can't find anywhere on the model where the paint is sloppy. It's really well done everywhere. Yeah, it's a really cool figure. Yeah, he's just nice. He's a really nice little figure. Let's give him one of those. You can just swap those over, like so. Now I don't think you can put the knife on the other arm. No, you can't. You can only put the knife on this arm because it goes in with this this peg here. It just goes in there. So you can only have it on his left arm. I suppose you can have this on the right arm, left arm, excuse me. I got my lefts and rights confused. Yeah, that'll go on there. So you can have that on either arm, so yeah, cool. I'll take it off for a minute, I'll just put his hand back on. So yeah, he's nice. He is very nice. So let's just do a quick comparison of a couple of other figures so you get an idea of the size of him. He's not huge, I will say, he's not massive. So here he is with Deluxe Class Cyberverse Slag, and yeah, you can see he's about half the size. Well, not quite half the size, that's being disingenuous. He is a little shorter though, he's quite a bit shorter. And then if we really want to rub it in, then here he is with Voyager Class Thrust. And he's huge! He's huge in comparison to Bumblebee. But he's not meant to scale, they're not meant to scale with other toys, they're meant to scale with the other Trumpeter model kits. Now obviously I did this one first, so I can't get the Blitzwing one to do a comparison with because it's still on its sprue. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I haven't even opened the box yet. I wanted to do one first and then do the other one afterwards. But yeah, I think if you are if you're a fairly competent person, then this is a decent model kit to get. If you are, I do wish that would stay on though. I've got some stuff though that will help hold that on. If you've been making models for some time, then like me, you probably will want to paint this. I will at some point just pop this apart and paint it, I think, because for me it's a little bit too clean. But it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. What they've done is very good. It's just that it's difficult to break the habit of a lifetime. You know what I mean? And the first time I saw this, I went, "That needs paint," because I'm used to painting stuff. It's just what I've been doing for the last million years. But if you're happy with it like this, then it's a nice little figure to have. It'll stand on your shelf next to your other Bumblebee figures, and no one will know that it's a model kit. You know, it looks like an action figure, and it feels like an action figure when it's built. So if that's all you want, then go for it. It's absolutely worth having. But if you, like me, would want to put a little extra effort into it, then again, also that is worth doing. Like I said at the top of the video, I've no idea about that Mr. Colour, whatever it was called. Mr. Colour, I've no idea what those are, but if you've been building models for a while, you know what colours you need, so I'm not going to sit here and bang on about it. So yes, if you like this figure, then please do go over to Robot Recruits and pick yours up from there. Decently priced, and if you want an even better price, then absolutely worth looking into the Collectors Club as well, because if you join that, you will get 10% off every order for an entire year, and that costs you £20 for the year. And I will say that I signed up for it last year and I have saved an absolute ton. And Phil is a stand-up bloke. Any problems with your order, he will sort it out for you, no issues whatsoever. Not that I've had an issue with any of the orders that I've made, but if you do have, he's there to help you. Customer service, top priority. But I think that's all I have to say about this. So as always, thank you for watching. Doubly thank you for watching if you sat through me putting this thing together. And as always, do take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.